because it's yeah. All right. Well, we should just start then.
All right.
As work through our technical difficulties. Cool. So I guess the format will be like introduce yourself, what you're working on, and then after we've done that, we can kind of chat about whatever.
All right. Just gonna go now. Well, I'm Dylan. Dylan Graham. I'm working on a website right now. It's actually a video game news website, Game Golem. You can check that out. Really, it's very kind of, I don't know, it's just all limited knowledge things for me right now. Working on just learning as I go, building it from literally the bottom up. I didn't really know anything going in, and I'm coming out with more than I could ever hope for. So,
oh, nice. Oh, we got someone
else.
Let's see.
News website, Game Golem.
I get super excited whenever I see somebody join.
Really, it's
okay. Luke has joined, but we hear like delayed audio.
Yeah, all the knowledge things for me right now.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll mute him for now. Okay. Well, he's muted for now.
All right. Whoa, what the? Okay. Yeah, apparently people are trying to use the comment section on the YouTube video page to try and chat, but that's not working too well.
Okay.
Oh well.
Are you seeing that under Q&A?
No, like the actual YouTube page. It's not like the Hangout page or anything. It's just the YouTube video page. And
what's crazy is that there's so many ways to interact.
Yeah.
That it's everywhere.
Google needs to sort that out.
Yeah.
Where do you ask questions at? Let's get you that link then, huh? Don't have any headphones.
Okay. But can you invite people yourself? Should be at the top.
The top, as in
like the Hangout. Should have like a little plus.
Doesn't look like it actually. It says it's a moderated chat, so I think only you can invite people.
Cool. I'd like to not moderate it, but whatever. Luke's on. We see video.
Yep, there's Luke.
Cool. Well, if you ever get your mic sorted out, Luke, unmute yourself.
He said he doesn't have headphones, so that's the problem. We'll just have to not talk while he's talking.
Well, it's like delayed, like 5 seconds.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So did you finish what you were working on, or talking about what you were working on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Luke wants to talk about his, introduce himself.
Yeah, Luke.
Trying to stay quiet.
I'll unmute him. I can't unmute him. Wow. I muted him, but I can't unmute him. That's great. All right, well, I guess I'll go. Hey everyone, I'm Dan, at DPG on Twitter, or Dan-Gailey on Baqqer, B-A-Q-Q-E-R. If you're watching this and you don't know what Baqqer is, it is a continuous crowdfunding site for makers, but at its core, it's really a maker community. Ultimately, I wanted to help people that are creative or developers or anyone that wants to quit their job, I want to give them the capacity to follow their dreams and do what they love doing full time. So, um, yeah, next up we have a ton of feature requests and a ton of feedback from users, which is awesome. Thank you very much, everyone that gave me feedback. And I'm going to open up shops. So I think it would be cool. Like I'm working on something for my Kickstarter that once it's kickstarted, I'll have inventory of, and we'll probably want to sell one-offs. So I think that's kind of a tool that I could use on my profile to help me just sell things that I prototype or that I'm building. Because we have like some users on the site now. One user in particular that just makes knives and sells their like one-off knives that they make as a hobby. So I thought that would be kind of a value add for having some presence on the site. So I'm actually going to be pushing that out tonight, which is, I've just been coding. I'm actually on 4 hours of sleep right now. So yeah, pushing that out tonight, and then working on finishing up the prototype for my Kickstarter thing that I'm going to be doing.
Very nice.
Yeah. And then I have to direct or shoot a video. I don't know. Kickstarter, in order to be successful, I feel like you have to have a really dope video, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, do I shoot that myself? Do I get a professional to do it? What's going to be cooler? What's going to be more authentic, right? I don't even know if authenticity matters for Kickstarter. It's such like a marketed hype machine, really.
Yeah. From what it looks like, from all the projects that I've seen and actually have helped support and everything, most of them are very hype related. It has to look really good in the video, but you know, sometimes it doesn't work out, sometimes it does.
Yeah. I should look up I guess most successful Kickstarters and look at their videos to see if it's kind of like very authentic with the creator or if it's, you know, very well produced. My hunch is going to be that it's very well produced.
Yeah.
People don't want to, or people want to invest in something that seems like a sure thing, and very well produced videos make it seem like the creators have their act together, right?
Yeah.
Not like me shooting it on my iPhone at Tech Shop, you know?
You know what? If you do enough to keep it interesting and everything, I think it could work out either way.
Yeah.
If you want to, can you click down below on your image in the bottom right and see if you can unmute yourself there? There you go. Now I don't hear you on your mic.
Is he chatting?
He's trying to talk, maybe? I don't know.
All right, your mic is not working, Luke.
I thought he was back, but Whoa.
Is that him?
Whoa.
Yeah. Is that him? Yeah. And you have a delay. And you have a delay. Everyone can hear it, so everyone can hear it, so. Oh wait, maybe we can't hear him. Oh wait, maybe we can't hear him.
We can hear the audio coming from his computer.
Correct. Correct.
Questions aren't banned. What? Questions aren't banned. What? I don't know. If you have a question, just ask it in comments, and we'll answer them too.
It said questions are banned?
Something like that, yeah.
What? This is why I should never run anything like this, I feel.
It might be just easier to go off of like an actual live streaming service like Hitbox or something like that. hitbox.tv.
Hitbox? Okay,
Yeah.
check that out.
You'll need software to stream to it, but
Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
Can you guys hear me now?
yeah,
Okay.
a little.
Sorry about that.
It's not great.
Not great? Okay.
There we go.
It sounds like the microphone is behind your computer and your computer is in a closet. Okay, that's a little better. I don't even know, where's your microphone located that it sounds so weird.
So my microphone's on my webcam actually, so that might help explain why it's not too good sounding. But I'm also running a software called Manycam, which allows you to use more than one. Oh, wait a minute. I think I know what the problem is. I have two webcams, so if I switch to this webcam, you guys can see the printer bed. I have a 3D printer, and
Nice.
that's what the Manycam software can do. But I think, can you guys hear me better if I talk over here? Can you
Yeah,
hear me better now?
Well,
yeah.
Okay, let me see if I can switch the mic to the other one that I'm actually looking at.
Okay, you're definitely closer to the mic.
yeah. Yeah, it was definitely louder and closer to the mic.
Well, maybe once we get the hang of this, we can use this. But I don't think the public can join on this. I think I have to invite people manually.
Yeah, that's well.
That's kind of a bummer.
Yeah,
Because like they have to follow me, and then I have to add them as a viewer, as a guest, right? So it's like two-step process.
yeah, it's no inefficient for this.
Alright, so how do I sound now? Am I clearer now?
No, I think you're still running on the same microphone.
I can't hear you now. Nope.
No.
I can see you talking, but
This is compelling content.
very.
The drama.
Let's see.
We had another developer that wanted to join. I wonder if I can just send people the Google Hangout URL.
Do I sound better now?
Yeah,
That was loud.
we're definitely closer.
Is it too loud or is it still quiet or pretty loud?
It's pretty loud.
I have my volume pretty down here.
Is it better now?
Yeah, maybe don't talk into it.
I'll just turn my sound down.
Is the microphone in your mouth now?
Is it better now?
Yeah, just roll with it.
Alright.
Yeah.
Actually, I prefer the other microphone now, which is weird. After all of that work.
I'm afraid to talk. Is it really loud?
It's pretty loud.
I'm
Just
sorry.
use the other microphone. Just switch back to the other microphone.
Trying.
It was fine. We don't need like production audio.
We'll work up to it.
Yeah. This is a great first try, guys. Good team spirit.
All you need is teamwork, right?
Yeah. All right. So I guess we'll keep the audience entertained. Cool. So how's development been on Game Golem?
Uh, in general, it's been moving forward at a pretty steady pace, but recently I kind of ran into some headaches that my own lack of knowledge and kind of pre-planning failures kind of just broke. Um, yeah, it's those annoyances that you see every now and then.
Yeah. What did you say the problem was that you were working on?
Well, while I was programming, I started adding pages, and then I took a new page and redirected it back to an old page as a way to kind of cut corners, which I know I shouldn't do. Um,
That's
and
all you should do in programming.
right, yeah. Uh, and cutting the corner means that the stuff on the old page that shouldn't have been redirected to was getting information it didn't know how to handle, and it just broke everything. So I'm just going to have to go and make a new page for it and redirect to that instead. For now.
Yeah.
I'll fall back to the old page when I start kind of optimizing everything and bringing them all together. But for now, doing it the hard way.
Nice. I guess I'm working on, right now you can add something to sell from the status bar, and that goes kind of in your shop. And then people who want to buy that thing have to go through like a sign-up flow of either adding an account, and this is something I've been struggling with, and maybe you can give me some feedback on, is do we want people creating accounts that want to purchase things from the site? Like, if they don't have an account and they just come and they see something they want to purchase that's in like some maker's shop, when they click the buy button, where does it take them, right? Where is that flow? So is it like create account, add a credit card, add your address, and then finally click purchase, right? I mean, there's too many intermediary steps there.
Yeah, the problem with having an account be forced on them is it can actually draw or make people look the other way. PayPal does an excellent job where you just enter your details and submit, and the payment will go through. And do it like that. I don't know if that's an option with Stripe. Can you
Maybe
do
I should
that?
do it two ways, actually. So if you're logged in, if you have an account created, maybe it just like
use
takes
your
your credit
information.
card.
Yeah.
And then if not, it asks you to fill it out manually.
Yeah, that would be, I'd say, probably one of the better solutions. You can force them, but there's always the drawbacks of people turning the other way. And
Yeah. And I can just collect an email there and toss that into like the maker's newsletter pile.
Yeah, you can do that.
Because I think one of the things that I'd like is turning those people that are buying things into like followers, right?
Yeah, trying to get that mailing list and people connected.
Right.
Yeah. I see.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, Luke. You got anything for us?
Alright, I'll try again. Is it really loud? Too soft?
Maybe if you spoke in a whisper.
Okay. Alright, well, I'll try just to be soft with my voice, but so yeah, I live in Pennsylvania. Is it still really loud, like ridiculously loud? You can say yes. It's okay if I'll have to just figure it out for next time. But I don't want to hold up the discussion too much. I feel bad, but
No, it's fine. It's fine. I think it's fine now. Yeah.
no, it's fine. It's fine. I think it's fine now. Yeah.
Although there is a lag in audio. I can hear myself.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's a side effect of having speakers instead of headphones. Yes. But yeah, I'm a 25-year-old maker. I live in Pennsylvania, and I'm a mechanical engineer. I work at a crane manufacturer. So there's like different types of cranes, of course. The ones I work on are generally the kind that you see in like a warehouse or a factory, like running along the ceiling, as opposed to like a boom that builds buildings or whatever. So that's what I do. That's just the way I make ends meet and everything right now. But it's not. I don't know. I'm just not totally passionate about it. So I'm kind of exploring, things I want to do on my own. So. But yeah, that's pretty much the short of it. I haven't really got too far into actually developing anything. I started design. That's kind of stagnated recently just due to busyness and I mean the ultimate dream I think for me is to start a makerspace because there's not really anything in my region for stuff like that. You kind of see them cropping up in some of the more like suburban or urban areas, but there's nothing really around here yet, so I kind of want to be the first. So I mean that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's cool. Um, I I know a bunch of people that created maker spaces. I guess from my time working at Maker Media, they do Maker Faire, Make Zine, and I just need to figure out who they are on my Facebook because I added them like at Bay Area Maker Faire and World Maker Faire last year, and maybe I can put you in contact with them. Have you started reaching out to people that have started maker spaces?
I think he's trying to twiddle with his.
All right.
All right, I just turned my sound back up. Anyways, could you explain the maker? What are they called? Maker
Spaces?
spaces. Yeah, because I really haven't looked into it much or anything, but
Yeah, so
you can
maker
talk about
spaces are basically, they can be public or private, but they're places like co-working spaces, I think, for makers. So typically they'll have some like machining equipment or 3D printers, so any fabrication equipment that you can think of people kind of coming together and sharing. So there are different type of maker spaces. There's like more traditional maker spaces, which is a weird thing to say, considering this is all very new. And then there's hacker spaces, which I think focus more on prototyping or more software-related things or electronics-related. And maker spaces, in my mind, are more hardware-related. So, like, I would consider Tech Shop, which is where I work out of, more of a maker space than a hacker space because, like, their electronics equipment or tools aren't really built out, and it's not like a hacker space where people come together to write software. They have a lot of machining equipment, like metal shop lathes, woodworking, powder coating. So if you think about everything you'll need to prototype something that you can physically hold, I think that's more makerspace than hackerspace, right? Although there is overlap, but that's what I've come to understand from just seeing how people describe different makerspaces.
That's neat. I guess I should look into it more to see if what's around my area and everything, because that sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah, and there's not really a great way to find makerspaces in your area. I think there's like spaces. Well, no, there are some sites that actually have catalog all the different maker spaces in the U.S. I believe, and it is cool. You get to meet like-minded people, get to collaborate. So like I'm working on a prototype now. People will come up and ask you what you're working on and offer feedback, and then you learn just like what people's respective talents are. And so if I have a problem with the lathe, I know who I can go kind of run to and ask like why is it doing the X, Y, and Z, and get like real time kind of feedback from people working on those things as well. So it's a neat spot to hang out.
Yeah, sounds like it. Wish I did more hands-on things like that. I'm all based in programming right now.
Yeah, I was too actually. And then when I started a tech shop, I was like, I really need to learn how to build the hardware prototypes.
Yeah.
Just like I don't know. It was a point of weakness for me in my kind of tool set, and yeah, I just made it a point to fill in the gaps, I guess. But it's cool. I really like the feeling of going into the machine shop because it is such a different world from software. I can actually like kill myself on these machines, which is kind of fun. Yeah, so it's definitely intimidating, and on one side, it's like hardware prototyping isn't as immediately rewarding as software, right? Because if I mess up on the lathe, like, man, I've messed up something I've been working for like 5 hours on or something.
Yeah.
And that sucks. And there's no undo.
Yeah. Oof. That would be a struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, Luke. Are we still waiting on Luke here?
Is he good?
I don't know.
It sounds better.
Sounds better?
It sounds good.
Okay. Like, no higher, no lower?
No, it's fine.
Okay. Sorry. I'm really sorry. I feel like I've taken up a lot of time just blasting.
At least we'll know for next time.
So.
We'll totally know for next time, so this is awesome.
Yeah, I'll just not touch any settings. But yeah, so I think you guys pretty much got my spiel. If you were actually listening and didn't have your earbuds turned out or something, but.
So you want to start a makerspace in your area? Have you reached out to other people?
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I have reached out a little bit. There's a place like 2 hours from here. It's like the closest makerspace. And I sent the guy an email, and he seemed to be pretty receptive and open about sharing his experiences, because I guess he started a similar way. He's about my age, actually, and he said that he started out by reaching out to other makerspaces. That's where he got all his advice from, and they're, I guess, doing pretty well out there. So I'd like to go visit at some point, just kind of see their operation. I haven't been to one yet, so I don't really know what to expect. Like, I know in my head, like, kind of what I want my space to look like, but I have no idea what other ones look like other than a few pictures I've seen online or whatever. So I think that'll be really helpful. I also created a form, a Google form, just for feedback, or not. Well, it's normally used for like feedback type stuff or surveys or whatever. I just made a survey, a basic survey, asking some questions about how people got started, or what their pricing scheme is. What type of setting are they in, like a more urban setting, or is it kind of more rural or suburban or whatever, or somewhere in between. I don't know. I've only got one response so far. I think I just need to put it out there a little more.
Yeah. Are there any forums that makerspace owners participate in?
I'm sure there are. Like I said, I just I need to probably devote more time to doing that, looking at some of the forums and stuff. I did create an account on, I think, makerspace.com. I think that's what it's called. which I think you may have helped work on, if I'm not
I built
mistaken.
that thing from the
Yeah,
ground
you
up.
built it. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I think that's an awesome site too. It's pretty similar to Backer, just kind of like the layout and everything, which is
Because I
awesome.
built it.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, yeah, makes sense, I guess. But yeah, it's a good site, so I enjoy it, and I put the link out there. It was kind of late at night though, so I don't know if this kind of got missed. But maybe I'll try reposting it again at some point. The last thing I want to do is, spam it or whatever. I'm not going to post it every day or whatever. But every so often, just to make sure people see it. But,
Yeah, I think with Makerspace, the last time that I remember, you can actually search for people that have Makerspace in their bio.
okay.
So if you search just Makerspace on Makerspace, you might find people that have opened up Makerspaces, but I'm not
Okay.
sure how the search has changed since I've
I'll have
left
to
that
look into
project.
that. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. Yeah,
Also,
another
just
thing.
search Makerspace on Twitter or something, right? You might find people.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. I don't know. The social media part, like, I'm not as in tune with, I'll be honest.
You have to. You have to be.
I know, it's pretty important this day and age, and that's an understatement. But yeah, I don't know. It's a time thing too. I just haven't had enough time to look into it. So that's probably more of an excuse than anything. But I don't know. It is tough just working all the time. And got stuff going on every weekend and stuff going on after work and before work, and it's crazy. So at some point, I'd love to be able to just quit my job and devote all my time basically to chasing that, but it's not really feasible right now. So
Yeah.
and
I
there's a lot of apprehension too. Just I mean, kind of going along the same lines, like financially and everything. It's I don't know, like there's a lot of startup capital involved in something like that, which I definitely don't have. And I mean, there's small business loans, and there's people who might be willing to invest in everything. But it's all just kind of scary to me. I know nothing about business, so and I'm trying to learn, and I am learning things and picking things up. But I'm an engineer. I'm not a finance person or marketing type of person or anything like that. So it's
well, I think that's a pretty good place to start.
yeah, it's true because I mean the development and stuff I can do pretty much all on my own, at least for now. Um, Especially if I get into making products too, which I would like to do, kind of as a combined effort. Um, make the machines that are in the shop that people use, but also offer them for sale. So I don't know. It's kind of daunting, but
Yeah, I wouldn't let it intimidate you. I mean, there are plenty of people that start businesses that don't know anything about business.
yeah,
Uh,
it's
but I
true.
definitely think if it's something you're passionate about, you should make time for it.
Yeah, I'm trying to. But yeah, you're right. I mean,
Do or do not, there is no try.
right. Yeah, no, you're exactly right. I do need to put more time into it.
I mean, if
Definitely.
it's something that you want to live for, right? Like I'm pretty much putting everything I am into what I'm building now. And in fact, I have rules by which I operate now, so I can't get a job. I can't take contract or consulting work. Um, and I'm willing to kind of go broke and homeless for building stuff now, which is kind of insane. But it's what I'm doing. Yay.
Mm, that's
For better,
awesome.
for
Like,
worse.
I can't say I have that kind of I don't know, faith in
Yeah,
myself. I
because you're
guess.
sane. That's what sane people
Yeah.
do. They keep their jobs. Yeah. I'm pretty crazy in that respect, I think. But I think it's like once you're placed in the position where you have to kind of achieve and excel at at what you want, like your back's up against the wall, I think that's when really great things happen. So, like me personally, I've been running 100 miles an hour every day. Like I wake up and I'm totally in a panic. It's like I feel guilty for sleeping, kind of, and then I go out and I just learn and I do, and I accomplish what I need to accomplish, because the second that I start thinking about something, it becomes overwhelming, right? And because I don't have any time to dedicate to thinking about something, in terms of its like relationship to the rest of my universe or my life, um, I just keep going. And I think that's the easiest way to kind of accomplish what you need to accomplish, is don't think about it, just do it. And so it's like however you get yourself into that state of being, of just accomplishing or just doing without worrying or thinking about it or overthinking about it, like however you can get into that state, that's where you need to be ultimately. Sorry, I didn't mean to get a little preachy.
No, that's pretty inspiring, honestly. I don't know, it's a lot to think about, but I guess at the same time, it's a lot to kind of not think about, like you said. You just have to just do instead of, and you have to figure out. I don't know. I need to figure out that state that you were talking about. I feel like I haven't hit that yet. So
Yeah, and just trust yourself that, like, look, you've made it this far in your life. Um, Chances are you've faced some difficulties and you've figured it out, right? And that's all life is.
yeah, that's true. Yep.
And so all you can ever do is keep running until you find some obstacle, and you'll figure it out. And just have faith in yourself, and then just keep running. Like, that's it.
That's
Anyway.
that's actually exactly. I'm kind of applying almost all of that to my situation now. Doesn't involve all the risks, but
Lucky
but
you.
yeah, lucky me. I mean, it was your choice, and you know what? That's kind of what it's in your inspiration, and that's what's pushing you. I have other means that are pushing me, just to better myself and everything, and I hope it works out, honestly, in the end. But
Yeah, and I think that's what, like, I don't know, ultimately drives any of us, is we want to become better or we want to change in our life, because what we're doing now just doesn't satisfy us in some way, right? So we go out and we learn new skills, and then we identify those things as being more valuable to us than maybe jobs are. And then we try to figure out a way where we can make it happen full time. And I think that's, I don't know, that's where it starts, right? So,
well, isn't that that's what our hobbies are supposed to be? You're supposed to do what you love, which is oftentimes our hobbies. Like you see internet-tainers, like YouTubers and everything. They create the content because they loved what they do, and then they started making money off of it, and they just keep doing that. Honestly, YouTube's probably not the best way to go if you're starting out, because that's not a very sound and solid job, but you can start off doing YouTube and getting into advertising and all that stuff. And I've seen a lot of the larger YouTubers do that, and they're making a living and they're doing what they love. So that's great. And I hope that's what's going to happen to me with moving into web development and everything. And I hope everybody else, like you and Luke here, I hope you guys succeed with that too.
Thank you.
yeah, definitely. I think yes, going back to the YouTube thing, you need more explosions in your videos. I think a lot of that is editing, and I've tried to edit video. So I used to have a podcast called Techendo, Techendo, where it was just like startup people that have, from all varying levels of success, just starting out to having sold companies to having sold companies to Facebook and Google. And we would just hang out on my couch and talk about tech, right? And editing that video, for every like hour of video that I had, it was like 5 or 6 hours of editing. And I was just like, I just can't do this. Hats off to any video editors out there, because that's a job I just can't do.
I found that out as well. I tried years ago to do YouTube as like gaming and everything, and the editing portion of it is just something that watching myself back just made me not want to even touch it. So now I do it maybe once in a while, but I can't do it. Not as a job, maybe as a part-time hobby, but I'll stick to programming as a hobby and hopefully eventual career and drumming. I'll just do that.
Nice. I saw you were a drummer. I just saw the videos just now.
Oh God.
Right
Watch them.
Cool. So, is there anything that we should talk about or cover? I know this is kind of our first hangout together as a group. That I don't know. Anyone wants to cover or talk about? What do you think our audience would like to see from us?
Great question.
Are you talking on like a long-term scale or like a right now scale?
I guess it's both. Like if we can't fit it in now, we can also
Well, I guess
to next week.
the right now scale can be talking about the long term, if that makes sense. But yeah, I don't know. I think if people can see, I mean, people will see things on Backer. They'll see the updates and everything, which is great. And that'll probably be their main source of content for this whole project that you started. But I think what people might like to see in these hangouts is people discussing individual projects that they have. Like Asher, I'm not sure if he's watching or not. If there's anyone else watching right now, but Asher on there, he's got such awesome stuff, and I'm so jealous. Like some of the stuff he's made, it's really cool. So like if he were able to join us, and this is just an example, obviously, but if he was able to join us and like show off something, not in picture form and text form, and actually pick it up or press buttons or whatever, and show some of the nuances on how he made it, stuff like that. And that goes for any of the other people out there for whatever projects they're working on. If they can kind of show it off in a more interactive way. I mean, there's some things that are hard to do that with. Obviously, Dylan's website. I don't know. Does this have like a screen share?
Yeah, actually it does. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, even stuff that's not physical, but is web development or that exists digitally. Like I don't know, if we can show that stuff off and discuss it, get opinions from other people in like a live forum such as this, I think that would be really cool. That's what I personally would be interested in. So.
Okay, yeah, definitely more of a show and tell format.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
I like that. We should do that. Okay, so let's actually try to use that format for next time, where we'll come prepared with something that we're working on and just show and tell. Pretty simple.
Okay. I like that.
It's a little worrying for me, but we'll just
don't show off the back end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even the front end right now is pretty horrible, but
No, I mean, work in progress. I have programming experience too, so that's nothing new to me. A lot of the stuff I've worked on it's nothing pretty, but it works. So.
The story of my life.
yeah, exactly for me.
Maybe that should be Backer's site motto.
Yeah.
Nothing pretty, but it works.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's some pretty things on Backer right now. I just gotta say that.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, I think. Yeah, so how I've actually reached out to people has just been finding people that are working on cool stuff and individually like singling them out and convincing them as best as possible to move over to Backer or to share their journey on Backer, right? It's just sharing that vision and dream. So a lot of the cool stuff that we're seeing now is because like I thought it was cool, and from Imager and Reddit and this week I've been kind of slacking on getting the word out because I've been busy basically building and squashing bugs. But next week, hopefully I can go back to hitting it pretty hard on acquiring new makers to help share. And if anyone has any suggestions on how to get more people involved, and a part of the community, let me know. Super, let me know.
I've been sharing Baqqer as much as possible, to be honest. It's not like I'm some celebrity or anything. I can get the word out to millions of people, but, trying to spread it around to every individual I know. So.
Well, I think one of the most important things is like basically helping me identify what's the most compelling part. Like, what do you like, right? So I can kind of craft that narrative for people of this is what makes this site attractive, So if you have any feedback like that, let me know.
I think the biggest attractor for me is I think one of the main functions of the site is like the monthly pledges. It's just a totally different take on crowdfunding, and even, of course, also the the ownership scheme that's kind of involved with that. Like, people can actually have a chance to uh, be an investor, I guess, but in like a totally different way. I mean, Kickstarter is, to most people probably see Kickstarter as like the same type of deal, but it's not. It is like totally different. I mean, they're both crowdfunding methods, but I don't know. I think the way that Baqqer approaches it is totally cool, and it's something that I haven't seen done before. So I don't know. I think that could help it to gain some traction. I mean, not that it hasn't, but once people realize what the differences are between Baqqer and Kickstarter, that's
Right.
when you might just really start to see a lot of people talk about it more.
Yeah, and I'm still working on that because one of the first things that happens when I mention what this site is, they're like, "Oh yeah, like Kickstarter," or and I'm just like, "Yeah, I guess, but not really."
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then I
I
have to like
mean, it's
talk about features or something. I don't know.
I mean, I guess it's just the what people are used to type thing. Kickstarter is probably the only one they've really heard of, or like I guess GoFundMe is pretty big, or Indiegogo or whatever. But yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So next time we'll do a show and tell, and I like the show and tell format. If anyone has any feedback for how we should do it differently, let me know. Does anyone have anything else they want to cover before we sign off or share?
No, I think I'm pretty good, other than the heat in my room right now. It's kind of overwhelming. But
At least you don't have to wear pants on this.
yeah, that's good.
Okay, Luke, anything?
No, I think that's pretty much it. I think I said mostly what I wanted to say. So looking forward to next week, though.
Yeah, and if you need anything or just want to talk, like reach out to me. I'm sure any of our members would love chatting as well. I think that's one of the things that we should kind of really stress in our community is openness and kind of support, right? Because just being, I mean, we are makers, and even though I live in San Francisco, it's still kind of lonely building and making. And so just having someone else there to bounce ideas off of or just chat, when you get too much inside of your own head, I think is nice. So reach out to me if you need any help or support or just a duck to talk to. And yeah, I'll be there. I'm up all night, so reach out anytime. Okay, do you want to plug your Twitter handles or your websites, or this is the time to plug?
Well, if I'm going to plug, I'm going to anti-plug Game Golem. Please do not check that out right now. It's pretty bad right now. But my Twitter is @CodeWow_. You can get me there. You can email me at dylan@gamegolem.com if you have anything to say or yell at me for whatever reason. Do that there. So, yeah.
All right. Yeah. My website is Maker Central, and it's Maker Central because without the dash would have been like 10 grand, and I don't really have that laying around. So, but yeah, I mean it's just basically a blog right now. It's doesn't have very many updates. It's kind of it has the beginning of the laser cutter project that I'm working on. That's on there, but besides that, I do have a Twitter account. I don't remember what the handle is because I haven't used it in so long. But I should probably get back into that if I'm going to be serious about this and start promoting at some point. So yeah, at some point I'll let you know about that.
That works.
Okay.
Are you breaking your mic now? I can't hear you now.
Yeah, me neither.
Nope.
Yay!
There we go.
Okay. Well, I don't have headphones in now, so. Okay. Test, test. Can you hear me now?
We're good. We're good.
Yep.
Okay. Can you still hear me?
Yep.
Yep.
Alright. Love it.
Don't break
no
it.
problem. Don't touch anything.
Yeah.
All right. So I am DPG on Twitter. You can follow me. I'm Dan-Gailey on Gailey on Baqqer. And yeah, my email is sosuniversecontact@gmail.com. Or you can reach me at dan@techendo.com, TECHENDO, which is an old project. And yeah, hit me up with any questions or comments, or you love or hate the videos, let me know. And I think that's it. That's it for me. So, oh, if anyone has any suggestions on how to run a successful multi-million-dollar Kickstarter campaign, hit me up.
Get
Cool.
us all up for that then, because we all want to know.
Right. I actually have a friend, Leaf, here, who started Boombotics. It's like a personal speaker device, and he ran a successful Kickstarter campaign. And he said one of the things that separates successful from unsuccessful Kickstarter campaigns are the videos, in fact, right? So the nicer your video, the more people trust your brand and product. Anyway.
Makes sense.
Cool. So I think that's it from us this week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Any last words? Any last requests? Nope.
No, don't think so. I think I'm good.
All right, awesome. It was wonderful hanging out, and we'll see you next time.
Yep.
All right.
See ya.
See you guys.
All right. See ya.